Breaking now at 11, the newest projected path for Hurricane Dorian just in from the National Hurricane Center so far today. The center has brought us some good news. Hopefully it keeps on coming. Thanks for joining us. I'm Matt Austin.
And I'm Ginger Gadsden. So how has the hurricane shifted since we last saw you at 6? Chief Meteorologist Tom Sorrells is here pinpointing it all for us. Tom.
Hurricane's still marching on over to the west at a pretty decent clip of about 8 miles per hour. That part remains the same. It was going at 10 miles per hour earlier today, so it's still jogging just almost straight due west. This path to projected movement has been moving a little bit. What we think is going to happen, that's moved a little bit, but not a lot in the last several hours. If you woke up this morning and went, wow, hey, it's way out there to the east, 2 thumbs up. I don't want you to have the false impression that we're out of the woods on this, that there is no danger, because some of the models today are starting to come back towards the west a bit and even have it landfalling in Volusia County. More about that in a moment. But first, let me show you this track from the National Hurricane Center. Still a Category 4 storm as it approaches the northern Bahama Islands during the next 24 to 48 hours. Finally making that turn and paralleling our coast all the way up here off the coast of Jacksonville as a Category 2 storm, and then all the way up just outside of Charleston, South Carolina by day 4 and day 5. Here's a close-up shot. This, to the naked eye, doesn't look like it's changed much. I put the measuring stick to it. They've moved it very little. If anything, they might have slid it just a little closer to the coast, but I think it's almost dead on to where we were during the 5 o'clock update. The only problem with that is the storm is going to continue to expand a little bit. This wind field was made by Category 4 near Category 5 storm. So as it makes this turn here and gets close to our coast, it's going to expand out. And tropical storm force winds will be nicking at us or maybe even right up on top of us. Here's what I'm talking about. Some of these models are starting to come a little too close for comfort. The H-Wharf here actually brings it and drills it right into part of Volusia County, and some of the others are starting to move this way. The GFS moved this way. The TV-Con, instead of looking pretty far away, starting to lean a little too far back to the west for comfort as well. So we're talking about a situation where we're not done with this, guys. I know it was a great thing to see it jog farther off the coast today, but it's been steady now for about 12 hours with that lingering right off the east coast of Florida, and the Hurricane Center has not moved it at all. Matter of fact, they may jog it back to the west first thing tomorrow morning. Standing by right now over in the Storm Tracking Center is meteorologist Samara Coquinos. Hey, Samara.
Hey there, Tom. And as we take a look a little bit more closely at this particular storm, I want to show you the wind range. So as we take a look at Dorian, you can see the hurricane force winds extend out 30 miles from the center, while tropical storm winds extend 105 miles out from the center. So yes, there is that potential where we could feel some effects. It all depends on the track. But let me show you also, this particular storm has a very defined eye. I mean, you can really see it really nicely here on the imagery. Now, as it heads toward the northwestern Bahamas, notice the Bahamas under that hurricane warning. They're expecting life-threatening storm surge, devastating winds, a lot of rain. We're talking about 10 to 20 inches of rainfall, possibly in isolated areas up to 25 inches of rainfall. The thing about this storm is that as it gets a little bit closer and it kind of just sits there, that's when they're really going to get that battering, so to speak, that we call it. Now, as we take a look here, back here at home, you'll notice that the coast, part of the coast, everywhere from Sebastian Inlet all the way down to Deerfield Beach, in that orange box there, that is a tropical storm watch until further notice. So yes, areas to our south of Central Florida are under that tropical storm watch until further notice. And like I said, as long as we're in that cone, we can definitely expect some sort of impact from Dorian. Matt and Ginger.